Well, now that we have our ship no longer impounded, and we have talked to Felix, it seems like he's hanging out by our ship. Let's go ahead and see what he wants.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
All right. Well, you're pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
We have temperament. Trying to convince me to hire you, you're going about it all wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, can you give me a couple of pointers?
I mean, I guess both of these are true. Be yourself, but also don't be begging for a job. You're all over the place. Just be yourself.
Sure, I can be myself. I can be myself better than anybody else in the system. You're looking for crew, I'm looking for a way off this port. So we've got something in common already. And yeah, I know I came on a little strong, but honestly, when was the last time anybody was so eager to throw in with you? That's gotta count for something, right?
Parvati. Parvati's on my crew. She was very eager to join. Well, I haven't made up my mind about you yet. How about an interview?
Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
Okay. Intelligence check. What's the value of pie?
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust. Maybe with a little cream on top? Classic.
All right. You any good in a fight?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
Okay. What's your biggest flaw?
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
Nah, we're all idiots here. You're hired.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
Well, I'll see you on the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
He already had his stuff's right here, because this is not my stuff. Now we've got our third member of the crew. Typically before I go about doing story stuff, if I've already played through the game, is I'll go through and gather up all of my crew, because they often gain experience, or not experience, but affinity as you do certain quests. Well, we haven't talked to Felix yet, so...
Good to see you, boss.
So how'd you end up on the Groundbreaker?
Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child, abandoned at birth in the back bays.
Honestly, I could actually see that. Then you were raised by a pack of sprats? You're Sprat Man?
That's right. Can't get anything past you, boss. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. I always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me. I had to make my own way.
You were a stowaway?
That's what they called us. Orphans with no family, no company to take us in, nowhere to go but the back bays. The word's a touch kindlier than Rungleech, but the meaning's just as clear. If you can't support your own self, you don't deserve to be on the Groundbreaker.
How did you manage?
Same way we all do. Look for work and hope somebody would give me a shot. Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Foreman and I never got on.
Right, the incident with the toss ball stick.
Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit of that, what's the word? Restraint? But on the other hand, broadsiding the jackass with a toss ball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it.
You couldn't have been more diplomatic about it?
Yeah, I mean, in theory. But I wouldn't have felt half as good. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks, waiting for the day my ship arrives.
Well, I'm glad you're not wasting your life hauling boxes.
Yeah. I guess my ship did arrive in the end. I've got you to thank for that. Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going. Good to see you, boss.
That's it for Felix for now. I mean, it's not. Parvati's got something to say, so.
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big.
Dang it, you're on the ship, so I can't ask you about Felix.
Well, when you got time, you think maybe I could get a bit of it? It's kind of important.
Hold on. I think she's the only one who talks about the other crewmates, so.
Where are we headed?
What do you think of that new guy, Felix?
He seems like a nice boy to me. I'm glad you gave him a shot.
Well, he didn't seem very bright.
Maybe he doesn't talk all smarty smart, but he can still have a good where it counts. In his heart, I mean. Sure, he's a bit rough around the edges. I bet he just needs somebody to show him a better path.
I can make him my ideal minion. Alright, you seriously think I'm the right sort to put him on the right course in life?
You might surprise yourself. Yeah, huh?
Alright, Felix, what you got?
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. It makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
Is this about Graham Bryant?
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
Yeah, I guess. Don't go looking for role models, Felix. You're just asking to be lied to. Just be your own person.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
Well, Graham wasn't the one who killed all those people. He just allowed it to happen. Actually, he is. He opened the door, didn't he?
I'm sure Graham told himself the same thing. He wasn't the one who held the gun and pulled the trigger. All he did was turn a key. The thing is, that's all it takes. Sometimes the difference between right and wrong is turning a key, or looking the other way, or keeping your mouth shut when you ought to speak up. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me. Hey boss, got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head?
That's cute. What's her name, Felix?
You got the wrong idea, boss. It ain't like that. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent.
Well, it's obviously important to you, Felix. Let's go.
Figured I should let you know, seeing as we're on Scylla and all. Clyde's got a base on the other side of this rock. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
All right. Starts Felix's companion quest, Friendship Stew. Clyde Harlow, an old friend of Felix from his early days on the Groundbreaker, wants to meet him in person. Harlow told Felix he wants him to be a part of a revolutionary project. This is Felix's quest, and it will not happen until we find out the secrets of Monarch. So...
Stay safe out there.
Sorry, I had to close the windows. If you've been on this channel before, my neighbors always have work being done to their house. Every weekend. I don't know why. You shouldn't be getting work done every weekend. Okay. That's shiny. Yeah, I brought Ellie because Ellie's a outlaw. Booker.
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going?
Intimidate through you if you push me. Nah. Felix Millstone's with me. Clyde Harlow is expecting us.
Yeah. The captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you, then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on you.
All right. Marlowe and Harlow.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the Groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man?
This is awkward. I'll let you two work this out.
So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but he's earned his keep with us.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy.
All right. Tell me why we're here.
I'm working on something. Something big.
Mm-hmm.
Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix, but neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
All right. So you want to put him through some kind of test?
Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exceptions. Not even Felix. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely.
What did Trask do to deserve death?
Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
Okay. What do you think, Felix?
Clyde offered me a hand when nobody else would. I'd say I owe him a good turn.
There you have it, Captain. A favor for an old friend.
All right. Well, there's more to this than you're letting on.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token.
How well do you know Felix?
Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with?
All right. Something I'd like to ask you.
Let's hear it.
Can I have your dog? Said you were working on something big.
A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight.
All right, so it sounds like you've got some plan to overthrow the board.
Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready.
Okay, so you're a... No, we won't say that one. What makes you think you're free?
The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay.
All right, so you're a band of outlaws living on the edge of an asteroid. That's some revolution.
Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent of any masters. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we bide our time.
All right.
Something on your mind? Let's hear it.
Felix tells me you disappeared one day.
I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could, drawing plans, biding my time. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the Groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had to do. I left.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated you.
You want to elaborate on that?
Hephaestus controlled mining operations all over Scylla. Most of these operations failed. The company pulled out and abandoned their facilities. Mostly abandoned anyway. This one was running on a skeleton crew. My associates and I seized control in a matter of minutes.
Okay, that doesn't explain why he couldn't bring Felix. But, alright.
Clyde's got a crew of his own, huh? Good for him. Did you want to ask me something?
Perception. Something about this feels strange. You sure we could trust this guy?
I know. Clyde comes off rougher than Mantisaur hide. He's a good guy, though. Just gotta get to know him.
Alright. He's a massive fucking gas bag. Had to keep myself from shooting him in the face.
I can always count on you for a straight answer. Honestly, he was a lot more condescending than I remember him.
Alright. Maybe. Or maybe he was always a massive fucking gas bag.
Okay, I get it. He's full of hot air. You're not wrong. Maybe we should go have a word with Trask. Get to the bottom of all this.
Something else I want to talk about?
Yeah, boss?
Okay.
Been ages since we had a good haul. No freighters, no jobs, no contracts.
Logs. Acquisitions log. Independent freighter, Cat's Meow, haul, contraband pharmaceuticals, summary. Brought down, salvaged cargo, ransomed crew. Independent freighter, getaway sticks. Haul, subversive literature. Summary. Brought down, salvaged cargo, crew joined up. Freighter, the werewolf. Haul, engine parts. Summary. Brought down, salvaged crew, or salvaged cargo, crew jettisoned in an escape pod. As usual, we are able to intercept these ships despite how cleverly they've masked their heat signatures. Our patron pulled through again with that tracking data. So it sounds like Clive is working for someone. Don't know how they get their hands on it, but we're in no position to refuse charity. Memo. Crew, I'm beginning to wonder about our patron. When we opened up our scanners and sniffed the system for our latest Wildcat, we picked up a signal from a corporate freighter nearby. It was hauling 10 times more cargo than our target. No sooner did we scan it than a message came through ordering us to go after the Wildcat instead. Something doesn't add up. Till I get answers, stay skeptical. Okay. The last entry, pirate code. Rule number 1, Harlow's the boss. Rule number 2, fuck the board. Rule number 3, why are you still reading, pig? Okay. Wake up. If you're seeing this, the board already owns you. You went looking for the rules. Why? Because life's a game to you. Maybe you like being played. You guzzle down that scent of security like it's purpleberry flavored opium. Fuck rules and fuck terminals. It's not a revolution if we're using the weapons they raised against us time and time again. From the front lines of the riots to the corporate sit-ins and error, document pirates code has exceeded the character limit. Okay. Well, Ellie was nice to you. Confirming that you do provide something to our ship. Oh, I thought Ellie's gun was back. It's not. Alright, we gotta head to the groundbreaker.
Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
Believe we're going to the bar? Where else would we be going? Where would his wife be? In the bar. Okay. Rosanna.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly... You mind trying to have a moment here?
That's cool. You Rosanna Trask?
Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something?
I'm looking for a guy by the name of Rufus Trask. I'm told he lived around here.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Okay. I could use my ties with Junlei. I'll show the badge. Show her Harlow's emblem. If you know where Trask is, you want to tell me.
That's Harlow's mark. No mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account.
All right, well, I'll be honest with you. I don't trust Harlow. I want to find out the truth.
Yeah, well, you got reason to mistrust Harlow. He's a surly git, but he's devious. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know.
All right, I got a few more questions.
Please, just make it quick.
You and Trask split up?
That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to.
Okay. How much do you know about Harlow?
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
Sound familiar, Felix?
So Clyde sent Trask the same message he sent me. What's the problem?
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus.
All right, Harlow tells me Trask betrayed him. Know anything about that?
Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order.
He didn't tell you anything about Harlow?
No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Appreciate it. No offense meant, just been a long day is all. It's been a day. Could use a little privacy if you don't mind.
Oh man, and I'm really hoping the sequel you could just jump straight to a planet from your ship. I don't think they'll add that, but come on. Reduce the amount of menus your
We are
people
now
have
in
to,
orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
your people have to go through. Players, not people. Like this. I remembered this time I could go straight there without going outside. Decreasing the loading screens by 1. They left their chicken when they left here. Okay. Sad violin playing. Oh, they don't level scale Because this is the starter planet, are these guys just one hit? They're just one hit to die? Okay. They don't scale with me. All right, you don't have a unique name.
Tossball kick!
Trask. Like Trask Algo? From Obsidian's KOTOR 2? No, Trask was in the first game. Never mind. Never mind. If you come here in the beginning of the game, those canids are actually here. So it's nice that they killed the canids and moved their bodies into a pile.
Don't bother me.
He has 0 life preservation skill. Did they all travel in this tiny little ship? What the fuck? Okay. Excuse me. Just gonna put your stuff.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
What makes you think I work for Harlow?
Right. You just stumbled into a camp full of armed strangers because you wanted directions. How much is Harlow paying you?
Nothing, because I'm not working for him. I got my own reasons to be here.
Let's assume I believe you. Tell me what you want.
Why did you betray Harlow?
How do I know that I can trust you?
Well, neither of us trust him, so that's a start.
You've got good instincts then. You were right not to trust Harlow. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You can't be serious. I've known the guy for years.
Yeah, that's about how I reacted when I found out. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A 2-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
All right, I'm guessing you got some evidence?
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
Temperament. Yeah, there is. And you're looking at him.
Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent.
All right, I'm not with the board, but why would the board buy off Harlow?
Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
All right, what was Harlow doing for the board?
Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse.
All right, I've heard enough.
Take it you've made up your mind.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill you, but I'm going to ask you for your ring.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Bye.
Mulling it over, huh? I don't blame you. You need something else? Tell you what I can. You need...
All right. Oh, okay.
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. I'm not sure what to think right now. You told me to be suspicious, but I never imagined Clyde would stoop to informing for the establishment. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame.
Well, Trask said there's evidence.
I can't imagine Clyde working for the board. But we owe it to ourselves to find out. Trask said he stashed the evidence in a vent back at the base. We should go take a look.
Let's go. Or a quick jump to your ship button. So many things I'm really hoping they add to the second game. Where'd this guy go?
Got my sights on you.
I found him. All right. Stashed receipts. These receipts detail payment made to C. Harlow on behalf of the board for freelancing services. Included are the names of several freighters targeted by Harlow's crew, their manifests, and the sum value of all cargo delivered to board authorities. Get my science up.
We need to have a word with Clyde.
What do you think about this evidence?
Looks like Trask was telling the truth. It's all there. Receipts for services rendered, payments, records, ship manifests. Clyde was a pirate for hire, and the board was paying him off. In typical board fashion, they left a trail of receipts behind. Ain't that just ironic?
We won't correct you. He's going through some stuff. I don't like being lied to.
Yeah, you and me both. Clyde owes us some answers. Something about this don't add up. And I mean to find out why.
Okay.
What's the word?
Get some extra experience. Here's the ring. It's done. Trask is dead.
So it is. Thus ends Rufus Trask. Once a sensible man, by and by a fool, presently a corpse.
Hope his gas bag's paying us by the hour.
I hope you never have to discover what it is like, Captain. The relief one feels when a mutiny comes to an end.
Trask had some things to say about you, and I've got my own misgivings.
Well, Trask told me... What does it say? Never mind, Felix. Trask told me you've been working for the board.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand?
Trask gave his word. You're an asshole, Harlow. That's good enough for me. Nah, we got the papers, bro. You've been bought off. I've got the receipts.
Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
Perception check. When we met, you told me Trask was an informant for the board. You were lying.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face.
Come on, Harlow. Why would Trask rat you out to your own employers?
How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Take your best shot, asshole!
Okay. I'll let you handle that, Felix. He's your friend. Oh, you already... Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna need that jacket, though. Oh, I don't get it. Oh, man. Why is this stealing? They're dead. Oh, poor Marlowe. Okay, we got more people to kill first.
Jackass is incoming!
Hey, wake up!
My time to shine! And the crowd goes wild!
Did Felix kick that guy so hard he died?
Here we go!
Sorry. You're marked as an enemy.
Heads up! Score one for Felix!
Okay, I can see it. He snapped your frickin' ribs. I was like, wait, how is Felix killing these guys by just kicking them? I see it. He kicked him straight through the ribs. All right. Well, gotta wait till I get back on the ship to be able to talk to Felix. Oh, wait, hold on. Hello? Hello? Hello?
You want some of this? You guys see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Those guys are either gonna try to shoot us or sell us something potent. Either way, should be fun.
Clyde must be inside.
Oh, that's a little delayed dialogue. We should have gotten that a long time ago. Oh, well. Let's go. I'll loot all this after. I don't know why I can only talk to Felix on the ship. Should just be able to talk to him out here.
What you reading, Max?
If I tell you, will you leave me alone?
Probably not. What is it with you and books, anyway?
Some of us like to improve ourselves, Dr. Fenhill.
No, I mean keeping those paper books. You got the data pad. Why waste the cargo space? You one of those people who wears reading glasses to look smart?
Oh, my crew and their ability to just not get along.
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
I don't think. I just shoot things. Look, you never really know what's going on inside somebody's skull.
No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me.
I can understand why you're upset. You feel like he betrayed you.
Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that.
Well, it'll pass. Give it some time.
I hope so. I don't see this one passing anytime soon. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. But, you know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
What was that? Who's banging on something? Our body, I guess? Oh, I forgot that you do get perks from them, and I haven't been reading those. Read Felix. How do I can't go over to their perks area. There we go. Self-governed perk. Okay. Just he does more damage to corporate people. Got it. And we got to keep Harlow's emblem, which I believe goes in my ship. I think I have to leave and come back because it's in my inventory, huh? Yep. That's, I think, bugged. Because that is something that ties into Monarch, but you don't get it from Monarch. But it's part of a different quest. It's not part of the Harlow quest, and yet I have it. It got dumped into my inventory while doing this quest line. All right,